Hi everyone, in today's video I will be decorating 3 separate areas in Storybook Vale's Mythopia with Grecian inspired designs using all the new items from the latest Hero's Journey update. In this build, I want to see how many completely different design directions you could go using the new building kits and other Hercules update items. The first design is in Mount Olympus. I'm starting with the smaller area separated by a river. To build the structures, I'm using a Hercules bundle from the premium shop that finally allows us to add some elaborate Greek architecture to our valleys. In this area, I am building an Agora, which is in ancient Greek cities was a main public space and a market. Referencing some of the Agora pictures, I built a colonnade on the back to form this open plaza. I don't have the designated farm area in my Mythopia, so I had to include olive trees. I aligned them on the back corner and they end up looking like part of the foliage background, which works for me. In the center of Agora, I added the podium and the fountain, and then placed different merchants' market stalls all around the plaza. For more organic types of designs like this one, I like using the ancient road pathing because you can still see some of the native biome ground texture through the crevices, which helps to better blend everything together. In the corner, I have the traveling well, which I try to organically embed into the design by adding seating areas and plants around it. I also included these freestanding Hercules villa columns to help tie the entire area together. The next design idea is in this bigger portion of the Mount Olympus biome. For this one, I'm building the arena using the ancient stadium building pieces from the Godly Glamour Star Path. I continued using the same ancient road pathing to keep a similar aesthetic as the Agora. The light color alternative would be great though. If only we could get that Mythopia cobblestone pathing that we can see in transition areas between biomes. The Mount Olympus biome doesn't have a perfect rectangle shape, so for this extra space around the arena, I'm going to fill it with some foliage and light decorations. Kind of like a pathway that circles around, repeating the main oval shape of the stadium. And the front side that is facing the fiery plains is going to have another colonnade that will serve as a main path going through this entire biome. I also use the same Hercules columns and individual Agora sections to decorate the exterior facade of the arena. It all helps to tie in the red and white sections together and make it look like it's all one large building. Another set of Mythopia nutmeg trees had to go behind the arena, as that was the rest of the trees that I didn't have a separate area for. What is going on the arena itself? Don't ask me, I don't know. Some Game of Thrones stuff is what it looks to me. Other foliage in this biome is minimal. I mostly use cypress trees to align the sides of the paths, and a few flower bushes to decorate a couple corner sections. I also like grouping these individual columns from the star path. They all are different heights, which is adding height variation to the entire design. I had to finish off the area, so I added a bit of the sculpture garden elements next to this exit, just to wrap up the whole build together. Now you can walk all around the stadium and everything will feel cohesive and put together. This third design is the most complex one. The fiery plains biome in Mythopia is notoriously difficult to decorate. It is almost the Forgotten Lands, a level of complexity. It has this large rock formation in the middle, water splitting the biome in half, a symmetrical shape, and this ribbon-like piece of land that goes around everything, which actually worked perfect for what I decided to build here. I wanted to build this temple complex where each of the sections is a separate temple building that connects to the other with a colonnade, similar to the large ancient Greek complexes. This main central temple is obviously Zeus, to reference Mount Olympus from Hercules movie. We even have the Grecian villa from the bundle with the Hercules and Pegasus statue on top. I started with the more symmetrical main house layout in the center and added a couple side pavilions. Then I added a wraparound the colonnade porches, which would also help to form the interior spaces. To the left side of the fiery plains, I'm making another temple with a more rectangular shape, and I used the gilded Agora gazebo to help break that monotone shape and add an interesting element to the interior. The rows of columns could look a bit boring when walking through the area like this, so all the twists and turns, gaps in between, and pavilions as a way to frame the entrances helps to create an interesting shape. The opposite side of the fiery plains is smaller and shorter compared to the other side, and it also has the entrance to the trial area. Here I am making a similar square temple to the second one, but less elongated, and it has larger interior space with a gazebo and 3 exits. You could see the actual Mount Olympus from here, so I included more symmetrical exits to align with that view. The white, gold, and opal road pathing helps the temple areas look like uniform structures, and the rest of the edge biome space I'm filling with some statues and bushes that will be serving as a background when walking through the area. The staircase entrance to the statue shadow is not centered with the temple, so I added a winding path section decorated with columns for better transition. Next, I'm filling out these interior spaces with more details. In the middle of Zeus' temple, I had a quite large open area with the well in the center. I didn't want to clutter up this open space too much with items, so I added the tile design on the ground, using the stadium walkway and 2 different paths placed as individual tiles in a checker pattern. As a centerpiece, you could use fountains or statues. Or I also thought what would be the better place to use Hades and Maleficent fire pit other than inside the temple. I also used Greek mosaic rock sparingly throughout the build, mainly as accents in the more central areas or under the pavilion entrances. And the stadium walkway is a good way to outline these interior spaces to make them look more like enclosed rooms. The room that I had formed on the side of Hercules Villa, I decided to turn into a throne room. And that was also a good place to put down Hercules' crib. I'm also adding the glowing clouds in a few places, but I wish I could just surround the entire build with them so it would look like we are on top of the Mount Olympus. Anywhere where I had the lone colonnade, I'm adding cypress trees and a few flower bushes to make it look less empty. The interior decor is minimal. The main focal points are this luxury Grecian spa that looks so good in the corners, and also a few lounge areas. We got these pillars from Hercules update with 3 different god symbols, so I used them in my 3 different temples to signify which temple belongs to which god. So you can say that this complex has 4 different temples: Zeus, Artemis, Hermes, and Hades. Because on this left side of fiery plains, I also left a little separate area for Hades. I feel like his house doesn't really fit anywhere, so in this case, since it's a temple area for all gods, he has his separate entrance, and I imagine his house being an elevator to the underworld. The Fiery Plains temples was the hardest area to figure out. I had to align all the entrances with the main path going through and connecting everything. The Hercules bundle is definitely a good fit for the Mythopia biomes. It provides a lot of variety and all the pieces snap together seamlessly. The only downside is how expensive all the pieces are. I spent millions in Scrooge's show buying multiple of each of these pieces, as well as Hercules decor to finish this build. So I hope you got your pumpkin money ready. Let me know which one of these layout designs would work best in your valley. With all these new items from Hercules update, I was able to redesign my entire Mythopia in Storybook Vale. So look out for a full tour. You could also check out my recent individual builds in a similar Grecian aesthetic, like a Greek sculpture garden and Hercules Villa. I hope you enjoyed these 3 different design ideas for a Grecian-inspired builds. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone!